For a sales call, have you ever heard of reviewing or setting the call agenda with your client? And what does that mean and look like exactly? And why might it be so important to your overall success in selling to your future client? We're going to have that conversation right here so you can see if this step of setting the call agenda is something that will benefit you and your client and that you may possibly want to incorporate into your next sales call. If you're new to this channel, I'm Jessie, and I help coaches and consultants feel really confident during their sales calls so they enroll more new clients without being pushy or salesy. I've been in sales and sales coaching for over 20 years, and I've seen lots of different selling styles in that period of time. But one thing has not changed in that time frame: the importance of helping your prospects feel comfortable and knowledgeable during the call. If they aren't comfortable, they'll be distracted and possibly distrustful. But when you take a few extra steps in the sales call, you can completely change that, where your clients look at you in a whole new light as a professional advisor and guide, and that shifts the quality of the conversation immediately. So that's why we're talking about setting the agenda on the sales call. Grab a pen and a piece of paper to take some notes. We're going to jump right in. Have you ever been in a meeting or on a business call where you didn't really know what the call or the meeting was about, where things got off topic and you didn't know how it was going to wrap up? As a result, you were antsy, disengaged, thinking about everything else besides the call or the meeting that you're involved with. It's just not good. What if your clients felt that way on your sales call? That is really bad. But don't worry, there's a quick and easy solution. You just need to set the sales call agenda with your potential client early on in the conversation. This simple step changes your call completely. So let's talk specifically why it's important to set the call agenda with your client and what it really does for you and for them. And from there, what does it sound like when you're on the call? Okay, so there are 4 key reasons why it's so important to set a sales call agenda. This will help you understand what this does for both you and your potential client. Okay, number 1, it lets your client know what the call will be about. This is common sense, right? But it gives them comfort and puts them at ease. They don't know what the call flow will be, and they may be anxious to be on a call with you to begin with. So put them at ease. The knowledge always helps. For me, it's like when I get a shot or give blood, I'm always nervous. But when they explain what's going on step by step, I can focus on that. And of course, it's never as bad as my mind imagines. This is the same for your potential client on a sales call. 2, the agenda sets you up to be in control of the conversation. And this is good. You don't want your future client to be in control of the sales call. I don't know if you've ever experienced a sales call where the client has you running in all different directions with their questions and requests. This does not set you up for a good future working relationship. You need to lead the conversation. You need to be in control. That's the proper role for you in the relationship. 3, setting the agenda sets you up as the authority, the leader, the coach. When you set the agenda, it shows your client how you will guide them when you work together. Yes, you need to be the leader and the expert. So setting the agenda on the call shows them that's how you will lead them if you work together. They can trust you to take care of things. They can trust you to guide them. They can trust that they will be knowledgeable about what's coming their way next. You will have set yourself up as their trusted advisor. 4, so setting an agenda allows you to establish boundaries for the time frames on the call. Setting the time frame boundaries is really important for you to make sure you respect their time and for them to understand that you expect them to respect your time. Have you ever had a client who's constantly emailing or reaching out? You want to draw the line that your time is valuable just as their time is valuable. Everyone's busy, right? You don't want to endlessly keep them on the call if they have other responsibilities demanding their time. And if you do, they're going to be distracted and your likelihood is higher of losing them as a client. And you don't want them endlessly holding you on the call either. Even if you have the time, you need to hold some boundaries so that the client doesn't gain the upper hand on control of your time, setting a bad standard for your future working relationship. So there's a lot going on here that makes it super important to take a minute to share the call agenda early on in the conversation. Can you see how this is beneficial for both you and your client? So what does setting the sales call agenda sound like? Easy. After you've introduced yourself and gotten to know a bit about them, this would be in the meet and greet section of the call. You say something like this. I'm just going to take a minute to explain how the call will go, and then you describe the flow of the upcoming call to them. If you don't know the steps of the call, I suggest that you watch this video on the 6 steps of the sales call. It will definitely help you clearly define how the sales call will unfold. You also want to reference the call time frame as we just discussed. So say something like this. We also set aside 30 minutes for this conversation, so I want to be respectful of both of our time. So I'll keep an eye on the clock and try to keep us focused so we can be sure to finish by X time. If you're having a really great call and need additional time, as you get closer to the call finish time, you can say something to the potential client like, we're having a really great conversation and I see we have only 10 minutes left. Do you have a few extra minutes past the original finish time today? I would hate to cut this short if we need just a bit more time. Can you get a sense of how powerful this small section early on in the call can be? So as you consider sharing the sales call agenda on your sales calls, or not sharing a sales call agenda, think about it from the client's perspective. Why? Because for you to be most successful selling, for you to convert as many ideal clients as you can from your sales calls, you should really consider the mindset of your clients as they get on the call with you. And not knowing you or what you offer, for your clients, that might be a bit intimidating and uncomfortable. They know you might sell them something and they don't want to get pushed into a bad decision. Their guard is going to be up. This is very natural for any interaction like a sales call. And I believe it's our responsibility to bridge the gap, to create a zone of comfort, safety, trust, and knowledge so that your ideal clients are drawn to working with you. When you hold the sales conversation in a space that the client feels engaged, heard, understood, and where they see a high likelihood of success towards their end goal, you set up a conversation where they are drawn to work with you because of how you treated them on the call. All of this is important because you represent what you're selling, whether it be a product, service, or experience, and how you treat the prospect is a huge reflection on how they perceive your offer. Studies show that the customer experience plays a huge role in why someone buys something, even more than the product itself. Think about your own experience in this regard. Have you ever been treated poorly or even just average during a sales process? There are repercussions to the business, and your desire to buy may have been negatively impacted. Yet, when you're treated really well during the sales process, your desire to buy is amplified. A small step like taking the time to set the call agenda with your prospects helps set you and your client up for a great call because everyone's on the same page before the deeper conversation starts. And that has a very positive impact on your customer's experience. So much so that in the long run, you'll likely sign up more clients and create more client ambassadors for your business over time. I trust this resonates with you, and you've either been on an aimless sales call yourself or felt your sales calls going in that way inadvertently. It's my goal today to give you some tips of value that you can apply to your next sales call so that you find the calls easier, your confidence is higher, and you start seeing more client enrollments based on these new ideas you've implemented. If you found this conversation to be of value, please hit that like button, and I really appreciate your support of this channel and the content I'm sharing with you. So if you would please subscribe, hit the bell for future notifications, and share it with friends who might benefit from it as well. My goal is to help as many small business owners who do have sales calls find more and more success and ease with their calls with this information. And if you want to know more about what it would look like to work with me to refine your sales conversations, I've dropped a link in the description below. We can talk to see if we're a good fit to work together. I truly do appreciate you taking some of your valuable time to watch this video. If you have suggestions for other sales topics you'd like a discussion about, please share those thoughts in the comments. And from here, I look forward to seeing you next week with more sales tips to help keep you out of that pushy and pressure-filled sales zone, yet still signing up more and more clients each and every day. Have a great week, my friends.